we going yet? Stop doing that. Hello, world. There's nobody here yet, but thank you for joining me in the future. Maybe. Well, I mean, definitely. If you're, hey, appreciate you being here. Um, there's a lot going on. Man, I gotta change this real quick. My apologies. It won't affect anything that you got going on. But okay. Hello. I figured it out. It was an electrical problem. The okay. I don't want to hear myself twice. Crazy stuff going on in the world. The Australia, they don't even really. And that whole thing happened, but they got caught a lot faster than, if you recall, the Virginia Maryland sniper combo, father son. They were out there for like days. Just I don't think they killed any kids though, but these folks in Australia were targeting children for sure. And that, well, we'll see how Australia deals with that. And then Brown University, that's close to home. There's not a whole lot of information yet about that one. I don't know. The last I heard, I think they had a guy, but didn't. I don't know. Wild stuff. Um, do not recommend. Don't. If you're seeing this, don't go do that. Keep keep a journal. Talk to your friends. Uh, I mean, like you're like safe friends, the ones that won't institutionalize you, because um there is some validity to those thoughts and feelings, but you gotta talk to your friends about that stuff and have like an outlet, or just put it, if you're having those kinds of feelings, it's okay to have those feelings. However, it's not okay to act on those feelings, because we all get frustrated, I think. um and that's I think the root of, like, the beginning at the very least of these the mass harm events. I think that they are all rooted in frustration in some way or another. So talk to the people around you about the things that frustrate you. um I've recently recommended to my buddy, when you go on a date, you should ask people about things that stress them out. Because people, when they go on a first date, it's all bullshit. Typically, people don't talk about anything that actually matters. They're just, oh, what's your favorite color? What is what does that matter? who, what grown fucking person has a favorite color? What's your favorite movie? What is? I mean, you're not gonna ask why. Just you don't understand movies or how people relate to them, or what's your level of social literacy to even of media literacy to even ask me such a question? Where is this? Yeah, I don't know. People people are weird. It's if you frustrated, you gotta find an outlet. You gotta make music or jokes or fucking art or sculptures. You can make sculptures out of anything. There's people make sculptures out of used tuna cans, get them featured at prominent art schools and stuff. That's and if you could put like whatever message you want on your tuna can art. You can be it, you could put I don't like Jewish people right there on your art if you want to, right? And that would start a conversation with a lot more people than you could harm in a day. I promise you. Because even if you try your best, you like you gonna get a few thousand people. Like if you're really good at it, if you're really good at like plan it, you can get another guy to do. You could maybe get a few thousand people in a day. There are billions of people. You you are not. You, you're not gonna get them all. I don't understand. Because you have to get them all to just to get your frustration is because that's what you this is what you want. It's like for your you want absolute total like domination, right? you, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Not in today's day and age. You gonna it the pushback would be immediate and strong. You it's not gonna work the same way that things used to work. It's just things are different now. You can't. I don't know. It's weird to get frustrated and want like, but it comes down to two things. It's is we're humans. We're born. We're animals. We're violent. It's in us. It's a thing that's in us, and some people can't control that, and it just I guarantee the people always that's the classic one is they interview the neighbor on the news and the neighbor's like we had no idea he was such a nice guy. Wow. But then they don't ever say so how well did you know this guy like did you ever try to bring him food? if you, did you ever step foot inside his domicile? Was are you sure there were no signs? Was he a Dallas Cowboys fan? Because that's a reason. If I was a Dallas Cowboys fan after yesterday, I'd be losing it. Because like Because Dak Prescott's, I don't know too much about football anymore. But Dak Prescott is an impressive quarterback. I think he's the most impressive quarterback that's that's out there right now. Because the way he runs when he's under pressure with it, you got to be able to do that. And I think being a Cowboys fan was very stressful. So maybe it was a Cowboys fan. So the Brown University, there's not too much information about that guy out yet. But the other guys in Australia who spazzed out on the because it was Hanukkah, and so that's the best part. It was so like a, a guy named Ahmed bin Ahmed stopped the whole thing. He with his bare hands. He no, he just said, "No, give me that. Stop messing around," and it was over. And after he got shot twice, and so this guy's bugging out on Jewish people, on just because it's about to be Hanukkah, and a guy named Ahmed bin Ahmed said, "No, don't do that." And the news said, "And just a regular Australian man," which to me is kind of like, come on, let's be real, you know, come on. But it's super cool. It's even because typically the news would the things that they would they would love for him to have been involved rather than stop the event, is because then they could spin it into all the other everything else. But it was a guy named Ahmed bin Ahmed stopped the violence, like he's Steve Harvey or something, all by himself, bare hands, just walked in, took the gun from the guy and said, "Stop it." That's what yeah. And the narrative is that the Islamic people teach everyone to hate Jewish people, and no, they hate atheists. They hate people who don't believe in God. They'll behead you in the street for not believing in God. But if you're Jewish, they just won't let you in their house because they think you steal or something. You're like, oh no, there's those stereotypes that people have about Jewish people, and the Islamic people, the Muslim people, take them very seriously. they, they go a step further with the stereotypes, right? But they don't typically. Now, are there some like retarded people over there who just like probably wear if they were over here would wear white hoods and smoke a lot of meth? Yeah. Yeah, it's the same kind of people everywhere. There's and those are the guys that are causing trouble. But they'll drag people out of their house in cop uniforms and just straight up behead them for not believing in God or for letting their wife show her face in the neighborhood. Wild. I thought I was when there was like the whole Free Palestine movement. I was like, oh, cool. We're gonna legalize dancing over there. That's not what that's about at all. So it's a different kind of Free Palestine, I guess. And then people say, "Oh, that's a war that's been going on for thousands of years," and it's not. It's not the same thing. But I don't know. I have no enmity towards either group of people. Um, but the beheading people, I wouldn't hang out with those guys. I not let them hit my weed, not once, unless they asked. But I don't think those guys are asking. Not a whole lot of questioning stuff. I kind of want to do the call-in thing, but then I would have to make a new number. I would love to have but then see the conversation. I would need like a moderator, even though I just talked all about all that. I don't know. That might that might need to be edited later. It says I have a viewer, but that could be a mistake on YouTube's behalf. I don't know. These are also, I don't have any of those prejudices against either group. I think I think religious people are particularly gullible, and that's about. And I will in the comments section quite often call them stupid and morons because I'm personally I'm tired of the whole. You need Jesus. You need to shut the fuck up. You know how many times I've heard you need Jesus or people. Dude, this one guy, oh my God, the other day I was sitting in front of the gas station and this one guy was like, do you mind if I pray? And I was like, nope, go right ahead, right? And he does his whole prayer thing. And then he says to me, he's like, so what's your story, man? And I was like, I just asking, I'm just hanging out. And he goes, he goes, so how's your faith? And I was like, I don't really have the same kind of faith that you have, bud. He goes, what do you mean? I was like, well, I got faith in people. I got faith in reality. I got faith. I got faith in what I can observe. Is what I said. It's those three things. I said I have faith in people, reality, and what I can observe. He's like, so then why did you let me pray right now? I said, because what? What's the point? I'm not gonna sit here in front of the gas station and try to make you feel stupid for being stupid. That's gonna come later. You, you it's like, what do I gain from that? I don't know. If you're in the comment section on YouTube or something, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm going to try to make you feel stupid because that's what that's for. That's what the YouTube comment section is for. But in person, why am I gonna do that? What do I gain from trying to belittle stupid people? That's another. So that's one of the things that drives me wild, right? Is people will be, they'll think, they'll like in their heart, they'll be like, that person's beneath me, and then they will take action to harm that person. It's like, yeah. So, yeah, like the guys in Australia, they think that the Jews are beneath them, and so they need to hurt them. What? What is that? Uh, they like in the like in the mustache guy days, you know. He's like, they're they're horrible people. Let's eradicate them. And it's like, no, wait, what? Oh, I don't know if you know this about horrible, stupid, violent people, but they tend to get rid of themselves at some point with like a heart attack or like a one of those situations where they and then them and it's like, yeah, I don't know, weird. And then the whole justice system's based on revenge and punishment. Cut that out. You can't call these places correctional facilities. You can't call yourself the Department of Corrections and then not do any correction. That that should be illegal. And then, so what they do, right, is they pick like their 8 favorite guys. I know that's not the, you could check the numbers. That's the real number. It's 8, right? No, but they pick their favorite guys and they give them like a whole bunch of overtime, and then pretend that they don't have money to hire new people, so that way their favorite guys can have the experience to be like move up, but then nobody else has the experience to move up because they're not getting 2 weeks of work every week. It's weird. That's like almost every job. That every job's like that. They just pick their favorite people, and then they get like all the overtime. They get the good gigs, and it's like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been anyone's favorite person. Like, so I don't understand that experience a little bit. It's only been 20 minutes. Nobody said anything. It's just me talking. And I said that, like, the whole thing. I don't know. That's it. I don't understand why people get frustrated like that and want to take it out on other people. I don't understand why we as a society endorse revenge and retributive harm rather than a system of re-education. And it's weird. I don't know. Because the cops beat the crap out of you, the COs beat the crap out of you. Uh, what happens behind closed doors, and you like, as a normal person, you're probably like, oh, hey, they're criminals, they deserve it. Fuck them. Who gives a shit? You fucking don't do crime, stupid, right? But it, overwhelmingly, a lot of people don't actually do crimes. There's situations where cops plant evidence. I don't know how often that happens, but I'd say at least 10% of encounters, right? And then and then there's the times where cops will exaggerate and like charge 90 million things because they're like, ah, one of these will stick. And then it used to be you'd catch them on video all the time saying we'll figure out the charges when we get to like we but they just make stuff up, and they'll hurt children, they'll hurt you, they'll hurt that, and then they'll steal a bunch of overtime and use that overtime to, dude, you catch them sleeping in their cars all the time, uh, for to pull you over, give you a ticket for having a broken tip, which is that you don't. I don't know. And then they're the most observant and connected to the community. They know who's having problems and why. And instead of addressing the like why they're having problems in the community, they'll just harass people more and give it more consequences, and it's horrible. You don't think that person's suffering enough? Do you think that they need more suffering? That's your angle? Weird. If you're the kind of person who likes to make people suffer, we're probably not going to get along. Sorry. Anything going on that the one viewer would like to talk about? What hello. Thanks for being here. Parental discretion is advised. People don't know what words mean because yeah, discretion means keep it hush hush, but also it means like parental discretion is advised, meaning their their permission. Like you like pre let the parent know what you're watching first and then let the kid watch it, or let the parent, oh, the person that was here left. but but you should also you should watch stuff with your kid and discuss it with them, so that way they can have a sense of what's actually going on in the story and how they can how they relate to it. And then school's easier for the kid when you do that type of stuff with them, because that's they are then when they go in equipped already with the knowledge and process, it just things are easier. And I don't know, my kid's mother didn't do all that. Yeah, I don't know. Don't don't do violence. um, don't do violence to kids. Don't do violence with kids. Don't do violence with your kid. That's not cool. The whole point, like, yeah, you should be able to defend yourself. Don't be a meatball. But I don't know, wild. And then yeah, oh, and then Rob Reiner. That what?